Hello everyone and everythingy, Daniel Hutchings here, maker of Happy Returns, Freelance Gigolo and Django Away. And it's this special experimental version of Django Away that the Crytearswhileon Collection have asked me to introduce today. Django Away and Come Back Again. So what is it? Basically, it's Django Away played from start to finish, with Django Away played from finish to start over the top as a double exposure throughout the whole thingy. Got it? Good. When I was watching Room 237, the documentary on interpretations of Kubrick's The Shining, I was reminded how when I was putting Django Away together, I came up with an Eye of the Storm style structure, which would find my comedy character basically recognising their own comedic impulse for good and bad. So if you have seen Django Away, why would you want to watch him come back again? Well, the fun thing about watching Django Away and Come Back Again is seeing how these scenes interact with each other when watched at the same time. It's almost like each scene plays as the subtext of the scene that it mirrors. I think the exact midpoint of when the forwards and the backwards meet is very uncanny. So go and find out. Here it is, Django Away and Come Back Again.
strong idea, but we do have a lot of people to see before we make any decisions. We'll be in touch.
You know, if crap ideas were pound coins, we'd have enough money to make the best film ever.
But we still wouldn't have the good idea to make, would we?
Whose idea was it to run an open call for talent anyway?
Yours?
Look, it's 11 AM, I've seen nothing to impress me.
What, you didn't like the comedy, horror, gangster, siege film set in a video shop?
No, I don't think VHS Avengers is what we're looking
Well, I think it had hit written all over it.
for. That case, hit would be a four-letter word. Where are we up to?
Well, no one's really keeping to their appointments, but we're supposed to be seeing a Keith next.
Keith?
That's all they put on the online form.
How did you get the Wi-Fi in here?
Half a day, half a day, half a day gone.
Which means we still have half a day. All we need is one good idea that we can buy for cheap. I'll be able to attach a name to the project, then we'll be able to get the money to turn the company around, right?
Well, that's the plan.
A plan for a tan.
Is the police for a talent search?
Search is right.
Keith, are you the 11:15?
No, I'm Daniel Hutchings. I was just passing and I saw your sign outside.
Well, we're looking to develop prepared projects, so if you've only just come up with the idea, maybe you should come back when you've developed it.
No, I mean, I've been going around all the movie companies, you know, Paramount, Universal, you name it, I've been there. And was passing here on my way.
You had appointments?
No, I just walk in and try and tell them my idea for my movie.
I see.
Well, I like your style. Would you like to come in and tell us about your movie?
Action?
Oh, well, I want to make an existential sci-fi western. Or exifeston, as I call it. In a world where humankind evolved without developing weapons, the tongue has the place of the gun, and the word the place of the bullet. In this world, it's the jokers that rule, as the speed of their wit is the difference between blood flowing through veins or bursting out of them. The film starts with our hero Django striding through the desert. Over the heroic theme song, we see Django sweaty in the desert heat. He is dressed in beige boots, jeans jacket, shirt and hat. He looks as much a force of nature as the sand that surrounds him, a sandstorm made flesh. The only colour is the blue and red of his neckerchief and the blue of his eyes. Django is alone, walking with purpose.
Sorry, what's he called?
Django.
Dango. How do you spell that?
D-J-A-N-G-O.
Django. Like Django.
The J is silent.
That's the name of the film. Dango.
No, it's called Django Away.
I get it. Like the Tarantino flick. It's an exploitation film. Isn't there like loads of films made with the character Django in? It's cashing on the first one. And they're really big in Germany.
Well, yeah, I believe so, but my character's called Dango. You know, the J is silent. You know, Dango Away. Like, Dango Away!
Enough said.
That's a good catchphrase.
What were you saying?
Oh yes, where was I? Yeah, Dango is alone in the desert, walking with purpose. As the heroic theme song rattles out of the speakers, we see the blazing sun and Dango striding through the desert beneath. The sun burns unyieldingly in the sky, depleting Dango's energy as the day goes on. Every hour seeming longer than the one before. Every minute seeming longer than the hour before. Every every second seeming longer than the minute before. Until eventually, Dango collapses under the bright sky. Then after a bit, we do one of those speedy up things, so it's morning quickly. I can't remember what they're called, but you know what I mean. Then, as the sun rises, Dango wakes up, stretches and hops to his feet to begin his daily heroic journey. As he is alone, his purpose can sometimes almost seem like a reality already.
Yes, this all sounds lovely, but can we speed this up a little? We do have a lot of appointments today.
Yeah, brill. Well, the next chapter is called Dead Funny. Dango arrives at the edge of the desert, but barely notices as he is lost in thought and just continues on his journey. Some of the audience might hear a slight dragging sound, but Dango doesn't. Suddenly his train of thought is broken by a groan of pain. This sound gets Dango's attention. Dango is not unacquainted with the injured, but his experiences have not eroded his compassion. As Dango lifts the man into his arms, the man splutters and catches his breath.
Thank the Lord you're here, stranger. They dumped me. Those heartless jokers. It was Joe King and his men.
Joe King by name, Joe King by nature.
The things he said, he was merciless. He just wouldn't stop. On and on. And on, and on, and on, and on, and on, and on, and on. No matter how much pain it caused, no matter how much it hurt. I didn't marry my horse. My wife's face was long, but not that much longer than most, and not as long as she felt it seemed to others. Joe used that against her. And her birthmark. And her long mane. And she died because of it. She died at the words of Joe. He enjoyed what he said. He loved saying it. It was sport to him. He didn't even flinch at our pain. But it was my life. Our life. And now it's gone.
What did he want?
What does anyone want? Stranger, I need water. The old cob farm across the way. It's got a water pump. Please, stranger. Please. Looks like you've sprung a leak. Here, take my hand. Ah! Ah! You know, oh, I feel better already. I never knew laughter could make you feel this good. Who are you, stranger?
Django.
You're all right, Django. You're all right.
Django! You're alright!
Right. I think I'm starting to get it now. This whole world without weapons thing. It's very interesting. It's good. It's good. But if I'm going to invest in your film, I need to be entirely convinced about the whole project. For instance, for me to be a dentist, I need to have the appropriate qualification in dentistry. Those letters after my name on the sign outside mean that people with toothache will come and see me, which means that I can earn money to pay off my student loans while still keeping my family in the lifestyle they're accustomed to. It's a business, just like making a film is a business. And, as with all businesses, the money made must be greater than the money spent. Otherwise, it's just a folly. The only reason it's worthwhile for me to be a dentist is that I've earned more than it cost me to become a qualified dentist. So, for me to believe that you're capable of managing the logistics of making a film, I need to know how it's going to be made, who's going to be in it, and who's going to come and see it. First things first, what's the rest of the film going to be like? Who is this Django, and how does the whole Joker thing work?
Well, you find out about that in the next chapter, The Man with No Sense of Humour.
As Django continues his travels, he doesn't notice the sun rising overhead as he is lost in memories. As Django is alone with his thoughts, he has no idea whose path he's about to cross.
And whatever's in your pocket, or I'll joke you dead where you stand. can't do anything with that.
Well, it's what you asked for.
I meant something I could barter with, not pocket fluff.
Well, you should have said.
I think it'd be quicker to search your corpse. But judging by your personality, I don't think I'd tell the difference. Well, dressed like that, I don't know if I'm looking at a man or horse mess rolled in sand. Is that a bogey on the hanky around your neck? Or is it just your face? Watch your handle. The beige Burke. What's wrong? Got your tongue? Was your mother a monkey? Maybe your dad was a dog, like a rough dog. Or does innocence run in the family? Is that your face? Did you get dressed upside down and learn a wart on your hands? Why won't you die?
You can't kill a man who has no sense of humor.
Have you heard the one about the man who never laughs? Every joke he hears dies. Now, the story goes he roams the land, away from the past, towards the future, without a home and no particular destination, with a steely determination to put wrongs right. So the story goes.
But the boy must be pretty messed up to be walking around wherever just to do nothing when people are trying to mess with him. What's his deal?
Do forgive me, I do love improv with American dialect.
Now, in Django's flashbacks, we see a deep-seated trauma compelling him to stand up against the Jokers.
Yeah, yes, I suppose it is. Yeah, the trauma destroyed his sense of humor.
But also gave him the ability to survive jokes.
Yeah.
His weakness is also his strength.
Yeah. Yes, it is, isn't it?
I can't help but wonder what inspired this idea of trauma, of laughter as physical pain. Do you have some childhood issue you, on some level, are seeking to resolve? Cut to flashback.
You are the star in the story of your life. Time is the director. I, the audience.
Cut! No need. No need. No need to know the detail of the event. You've told me everything that's happened to you. But I digress. You were going to tell me more of the details of Django's trauma.
Well, yeah, you find out a little more about that in the next chapter, Days of Work.
There are two types of people. Those who live to work, and those that work to live. You work to live. The last drifter dug that deep in half a day. Let's see how good you can do.
Watch and learn.
Learn what?
How not to handle a lady.
Quiet. You just mind what you laugh at.
Hush up.
Get. Man. What's going on there? Go on.
What now? What if I told you? What will Joe King say if he hears you laughing like that? He'll joke you quicker than a hog at a beauty pageant. And he'll do it in front of your family, too. And that will be the story of you. You get out of that hole. That's worse than when you started. And if you think you can get a bowl of soup now, you can forget it.
As Dango continues his journey, the boys share secret grins, and Miss Bell and Miss Violet begin chunnering to each other about how awful that Dango character was. As Madame Bonneville watches Dango disappear, she is overwhelmed with sadness, as she knows theirs is a world they cannot freely enjoy.
That's how powerful
Joe King is. That's how far-reaching the threat of Joe King is. A man who inspires such fear and paranoia that everyone feels like he will hear every laugh and see every secret. People daren't laugh at another's jokes for fear they will be punished. People daren't not laugh at Joe's jokes for fear they will be punished. They're just glad it's not them being joked. For now. Joe King divides and conquers by using insecurities as ammunition to stay in power. Shall I start properly, or?
Yeah, you might as well. We usually have more than this.
Okay, well, I'll just carry on. They seem to like it. Meanwhile, Dango is in love. But we haven't met her yet. She's the kind of girl you can only dream about. She's got shiny black hair and beautiful soft skin. And she's got a gap in the front of her teeth. And when she smiles, she looks both kind and mischievous. She's got big, beautiful brown eyes. And when you look into them, you feel like you're home. And the funny thing is, when Dango and Sylvia first meet, they feel like they're already close.
Django, no, you'll dirty the sheets.
I knew that if I reached for the sheets, that you would say that. If I didn't, I never would have known if I'd lived this moment in a dream.
You've dreamt this?
I've dreamt this. And each time I woke up, I hoped the dream would come to pass. I know we've never met, but I have seen you before.
See
What does this mean? That fate exists? That there is a God? Or that time is only linear in our perception and every event of our lives has already been lived?
Or does it mean that all these dreams are only possible future events, and that it's free will that determines whether these events actually take place?
All I know is that my dream has become a reality and my reality feels like a dream.
I knew you were going to say that.
Shut up! I don't want to hear about that lovey-dovey crap. It's got nothing to do with anything.
Nothing at all. That song was nice, though.
Why am I even listening to this drivel?
Maybe it's because he's only got fluff in his pocket.
What's he doing in my alley anyway?
He can't pay the fine for trespassing on our territory.
Yeah, but we agreed I'd tell you some more of a story again, you know, as payment. You know the one about Django and the world without weapons?
Yeah, jokes kill people, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So let's get back to the story then.
Yeah.
Right, where was I?
Django and Sylvia.
No, skip it! The chocolate and flower stuff isn't part of the story.
How do you know? You don't even know the full story yet. What do you mean, chocolates and flowers, anyway?
Chocolate and flowers. Log fires and hand-holding.
Log fires and hand-holding?
Summer days and picnics.
Summer days and picnics?
Double beds and photo frames.
Double beds and photo frames?
Nail polish and pyjamas. Throw pillows and dimmer switches. Toilet roll and bubble bath. Fridge magnets and love notes. Birthdays and barbecues. Winter coats and coal dust. Swimming baths and corrugated roofing. Sunglasses and sandwiches. Chewing gum and places to be. Match day in the ploughmans. Pie now, please, barman. Early nights and lie-ins. Hugs alone. Kisses goodbye.
So, no cardboard duvet, no polystyrene plates, no garbage gourmet, no black teeth, yellow fingernails, takeaway charmers, no living in an alleyway you call home.
Yeah, not that stuff. The lovey-dovey, squidgy crapola. There's nothing to do with the Wild West.
Well, it's not actually set in the Wild West. It's set in an alternative reality. Anyway, what's the problem with a bit of romance in a film? Give you something worth fighting for.
Hey, you never felt that way about anyone, Pete, the way Django feels about Sylvia?
No, it's not part of the story. The story's a good guy against a bad guy. Women have nothing to do with it. Dango's a good guy, Joe King's the bad guy. But your story's just Dango walking around like a brat, tripping up all the time. I want to hear about the bad guy. I want to hear about a bad guy.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because that's what the next chapter's about. It's called The Uncomfortable Silence. Oh, thanks. Right, well, first we see Punchline Pete, and he's in the rain. He's looking really, really scared. And then we find out why he's scared when we hear the voice of Joe King, who says, "You can imagine how I felt when I heard you'd been laughing at the idiotic exploits of a simple stranger. Pete, my right-hand joker, laughing over spilt drinks? Surely not. But alas, it was true, wasn't it, Pete? Now, Pete, I feel conflicted. My nurturing nature tells me you just had a lapse in concentration when you laughed at this Django character. But the joker in me feels that a loyal person wouldn't laugh no matter how much they felt the need. Loyalty, Pete. Loyalty. A small word, but it has such ramifications. Like, what if I was to betray my loyalty to you, Pete, and began telling everyone all the secrets I know about you? You'd be set free of the burden of secrecy. And as you lie in the dirt, joked and breathing your last, the last thought you'll have will be that all your secrets will be all anyone will talk about when your name is mentioned. is saying to Punchline Pete. We see Snide and Spud reveling in Punchline Pete's pain. We then see Joe step away from Pete, and Pete's body crumple to the floor as Snide says,
He must be some dirty guy. He's a goner, and Joe ain't even told it yet.
As Snide and Spud cackle, Joe leans to finish Pete off. Don't worry, Pete. I won't tell that one. To lower myself to your level now, would I? As Punchline Pete reels from the cruel, cruel games of Joe King, we hear a cackle from Spud as he says,
Now that's a punchline. Punchline.
Spud and Snide laugh their sickly laughs. Punchline Pete breathes his last. Meanwhile, Dango is wandering in the wilderness, wandering through landscapes and memories, heading who knows where for who knows. I want to make. Hello, I want to. Okay, fair enough. Hello, would you like to make Django Away? Hello, I want to make an existential sci-fi western.
Hello, how do I remember you? Who are you?
Daniel Hutchings.
Hi Daniel, you're right. How do you remember me?
I don't, I want to make a movie.
Oh right, I know you.
Do you?
No.
Django Away!
Yeah?
Django Away!
Look at the coat, you're not hot.
Right, I live in it. Django Away!
Sorry?
Hi, I want to make an existential sci-fi western called Django Away.
Don't know, mate. Oh, no idea. What are you looking for?
Just trying to make a movie.
Oh, right, that's what you're doing today. Why are you trying to do that?
Oh, everyone's got to start somewhere.
All right.
Would you like to make Django Away with me? Knock knock.
Hello.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Daniel Hutchings.
Daniel Hutchings.
It's only to be like that. Everyone's got to start somewhere.
Okay. Look at that start.
The suit you're dealt may not suit the game you're playing. Your heart may long for a queen, but you might find yourself on the short end of a club. You may dream of diamonds, but you'll need a spade to dig deep enough to find them. You may want to join clubs, but you again may find yourself playing solitaire. In a game of rank and order, the joker roams free. The suit you're dealt may not suit the game you want to play, but there may be games you don't know about yet. And remember, there's always two of us.
Remember what I taught you.
There are two types of jokers in this world, my people. The ones that say the joke, and the ones that are the joke. There are two types of laughter, my people. The laughter that berates and the laughter that celebrates. The former is lethal, but the second is more powerful than prayer and more potent than medicine. Sadly, the former is more common than the latter in this world of ours. I've done my best to readdress that imbalance, but one day I'll be gone, and it will be up to you to continue my work.
But how will I know if I am funny enough?
You won't. You can only be the joke. You cannot be the laughter.
So he was doing all of those jobs badly on purpose to make people laugh. He was doing all that stuff on purpose all along.
Well, I wouldn't say all.
When he was doing all the slapstick stuff, but now I know it was on purpose. I mean, that's even funnier because he's not silly after all.
Well, yeah, like his mentor said, he was just trying to be the joke instead of the laughter.
Right, right. Look, I really like you visiting, and I really like your stories, but I can't give you any more free crisps. Your boss has started noticing.
I thought you said they were out of date.
They were, but he's saying they still have to be accounted for.
Oh, well, that's different then.
Look, Daniel, what are you doing?
Not thinking about crisps.
You know what I mean. How many places are you going to scrounge free food? What are you doing with your life? I worry about you. Come on, tell me.
I don't know. Well, I do know. I want to be an entertainer and play the Royal Albert Hall and have a prime-time Saturday night magazine show where all my showbiz friends come on and we sing songs and tell humorous anecdotes. And we get members of the audience up and get them to play games. You know, the kind of games where the rest of the audience helps them by making suggestions.
Yeah. Well, you certainly entertain me.
Just want to inspire joy in people and bring them together in celebration of life and make the world a happier place. One laugh at a time. There's this girl I keep dreaming about. I keep dreaming about her in different places and different settings, but she's always the same. And I always feel the same when she's there. Like I'm home. If I'm having a nightmare and she enters it stops being a nightmare and I feel safe. I'm sure I'll meet her one day, and when I do, I won't feel lonely anymore. That's why I want to make my Ixie Festin, so she knows I exist.
So, what happens next?
All you find out in the final chapter, the big put down. Dango, all memories and pain, walks and walks and walks and walks and walks and walks, never seeing anyone, and more importantly, is never seen by anyone. Seconds turn to minutes, the minutes turn to hours, the hours turn to days, the days turn to weeks, the weeks turn to months, and the months turn to years. After who knows how long, he comes across the ruins of a once great civilization, its former splendour a secret kept by time, and its only citizen left alive, a citizen waiting for our hero to cross his path. As the sniggers ring in Dango's ears, he wonders if they're from his past or his present. A hunter that can wait until the end of time never need move to catch its prey. Eventually, the prey will arrive at the foot of its hunter without even realizing the peril it's put itself in. Where have you been all my days? What? You were expecting someone else? Thought we would have met by now. Executed my right-hand man for laughing at you. Thought you would have been my biggest threat yet. What happened? What happened? As I became stronger, those around me became weaker. The stronger I became, the more I despised those around me for the simple mistakes they made. No one could carry out a simple order anymore. They were just jokes waiting to happen. As the bodies piled up, my empire fell. All fell under the words of Joe King. Earthly compass included. But what do such things mean to a man like me? Absolutely nothing. Which is what you're about to become. I've waited long enough. And there it is. What is this I see before me? You've given yourself away, boy. You're no joker. You're a joke. A little child puffing his chest up, pretending to be a man. A little bitty boy, terrified in the night. Terrified and alone in the night. Clutching a specially knitted blanket. Was it mother? No, it was Grandma. Knitted it special so that a little angel would always feel close to her. She didn't feel close, did she? In those moments between your nightmares and the night, as fear tightened your throat and made your voice squeak. Yes, light. Simple light was all you would pray for in those moments of terror, wasn't it? But this nightmare is not as simple to dispel. No amount of light can eradicate the shadow that I cast over you. Just further illuminate the horror. The horror of the little boy standing in front of me. The little boy who awoke one morning to find his body to be that of a man. So, is this not your nightmare? Little boy? No. Your eyes look towards me, but your voice speaks only in speculations. Before I met you, I knew nothing of a boy in a man's body, nor of an eternally waking nightmare. I can only assume that you speak from experience, and that when you look at me, you see yourself. Fancy talk. You've got quite the silver tongue. Shame you're as stupid as a simpleton servant. I know you are, but what am I? You're the son of your daddy's sister. I know you are, but what am I? You're the dirt that fell from the skirt of old Miss McGirt. I know you are, but what am I? You're the flecks and fuzz that float like boats for the fleas and ticks that jump around the dump. I know you are. But what am I? You're the love of 1,000 donkeys. I know you are. But what am I? You're the entrails of a terminally flatulent fox. I know you are. But what am I? You're a keyhole peeper with bad knees and a suspicious seepage. I know you are. But what am I? You're a spittoon in a cartoon about a spitting baboon. I know you are. But what am I? You're a choir boy singing toy. I know you are. But what am I? You're a moron's dirty one. I know you are. But what am I? You're pig sweat on a hogshead. I know you are. But what am I? You're manure for sure. I know you are. But what am I? You're your sister's father. I know you are. But what am I? You're as stupid as you are ugly. I know you are. But what am I? You're one unfunny joker. Takes one to know one. Why won't you die? You can't kill a man who's praying for you. Who are you? I am the lymph that is sniggered at as it passes by. No, who are you? I am the hair that is blown into unflattering shapes by strong winds. Who are you? I am the large facial mole, always covered in makeup. Who are you? I am the corset that is that little bit too tight. Who are you? I'm the accident that everyone, at some time, has had. Who are you? I am the slack face muscles that hide a brilliant mind. Who are you? I'm the doubt that made your question feel stupid. I'm the crinkled skin that stops you undressing in the light. I'm the tear on a child's cheek on their first day of school. Who are you? I'm the swine runt dismissed by its mother trying so hard to keep breathing. Who are you? I'm the punchline to every joke you've ever told. You know, if we'd have done this when I was on top, there's no way you would have stood a chance. Come on. Tell me who you are. What's it matter now? Knock, knock. Who's there? Dango. Dango Away! A throne without a king is just another big chair. I think it first started when I was at school. It was the first time I can remember. I was in the playground and one of the other boys came up to me and he tapped me on the shoulder and he said, why do girls wear makeup and perfume? Yeah, and I went, and he said, because they're ugly and they smell, and ran off really quickly. But that buzz, I felt from that first joke was unbelievable. So anyway, I went home that night and I went into the kitchen and my mum was cooking tea as usual. So I went up to her and tugged on her apron and I said, "I know why you wear makeup and perfume, Mum." You know, and she looked down at me and went, "Oh, kids say the funniest things," kind of thing. And I went, "It's because you're ugly and you smell." So as you can imagine, I didn't get any tea that night. I was straight up to bed. But that's the first time I remember feeling that buzz. And after that, I tried to learn more jokes. So I got a few joke books and memorised them. But it wasn't the same as the first joke that I heard. So eventually, I tried to make up my own punchlines for the jokes. So I remember one time where I was in the playground and there was a group of girls in the corner of the playground, and I went up to them and I said, "Knock knock," you know, and they all turned around at me and went like, "What? Really? Knock knock? That's like a baby's joke." So anyway, one of the girls humoured me and went, "Who's there?" And I went, "Pooh face," and ran off. Well, it was early material, you know, I hadn't quite found my voice yet. But as I got older, you know, just even telling jokes seemed to lose any kind of thrill. Like, as soon as you start telling a joke, you know, whoever you're telling it to is waiting for the punchline already. So chasing after the buzz still, I'd try and be spontaneous in, you know, telling jokes. So I'd try and get jokes and punchlines into just normal conversation, you know, sort of changing around what people were saying and whatnot. For example, one out the air, you know, if my mum would say, "Oh, can you put the kettle on?" I'd say, "Well, I can, but it won't suit me." Yeah, that kind of thing. But it was still never as strong as those first ones. And then I got a little bit older still, and everyone at school was, you know, starting to get into, you know, cars and like what's under everyone's bonnet, you know, and, you know, real gearhead time. And I knew most people just say hello to and whatnot, but they'd ask me questions like, "What kind of wheels you got? Alloys?" And I'd say, "No, spokes." And, you know, "Call me Daniel, you've known me long enough." You know, and I didn't know what they were talking about, but I wanted to talk to people, and, you know, so I'd just try and have fun with people, which was fine, you know, at the time. But it was around this point that things got out of control. I used to go to this youth club on a Friday night, you know, so 7 till 9, you know, really staying out late. And one night, all the kids that were there, all my friends, they were all sort of having a bit of a gossip about this kid from school. He didn't go to the youth club, by the way. And, you know, in hindsight, it was just sort of gentle, sort of like silliness. But I remember just feeling incredibly tense as they were saying all these, you know, sort of having a laugh at their expense. And all of a sudden, I just seemed to blurt out this description of them having a bath, and everyone just started roaring with laughter. And I thought, right, well, if I say something even worse, then they'll laugh harder. And I did. And they did. But I instantly felt really guilty for being so cruel. But I thought the laughter would stop me feeling like that. So doing the instant equation, I said something even worse about them. And they laughed harder. And I felt better for a second, but that warmth of the laughter instantly turned cold. Acid. So I thought, right, well, I'll say the worst possible thing I can think of about them. And I did. And no one laughed. They were all disgusted. And it threw me out of the youth club.
which to be honest I was thankful for, because if I'd stayed there in that silence, I really believe I would have died of shame. But that was rock bottom. I drifted through the rest of my schooling in a daze. Then all of a sudden, it was time to leave school. I realised I hadn't thought about what I was going to do. And more tellingly, I didn't know what anyone else was going to do either. I've gone through the whole of my schooling without having a proper conversation with anyone. But I mean, I can't blame jokes. You know, plenty of people use jokes and they get along fine with their friends and family. No, I think I get a nervous energy around people, and instead of sort of taming that and facing my fears, I just sort of use jokes as a crutch to sort of get on with people, and instead of getting to know them. So recently I've been taking stock, you know, and started thinking, well, you know, maybe it's a strength in disguise, you know. Maybe having all this energy can be useful. Maybe I can go somewhere regularly and get rid of all this energy, and it can be a positive thing. You know, so I thought, well, why don't I be an entertainer, and then I can go and get up on stage and get rid of all this like nervous energy, and then when I come off stage and I have my personal life, I can have, you know, it can be serious. I can have friends. Well, that brings me to the end of my set. I'd like to thank you very much for being such a kind audience, and it's the first time I've performed this material, and I've really enjoyed it. I'd like to thank you so much. I hope it makes a difference. They've been telling me it does. You know. So anyway, I better get downstairs for Mrs. Trubshaw. She's a stickler for timing, isn't she? Hey. Thanks for listening.
They say that all the world's a stage. And if that's true, then I've been performing without even realising it. My most earnest moments inspired the most joyous of laughter. My most open moments inspired the most intimate of laughter. But it was my most sincere moments that inspired the most painful of laughter, as I didn't realise what I was doing was a joke. Or did I?
Comedy makes me cry. Oh, I don't know why, but comedy makes me cry. Oh, I don't know why, I don't mind being your punchline as long as I hear laughs sublime. 'cause comedy makes me cry. Oh, I don't know why. Comedy makes me cry. What the? Oh, I don't know why. When I hear a punchline, it gets me every time. I just have to laugh. Comedy makes me cry. Thank you.
Yeah, Mum, I'm coming. If yes, Mum. Yeah, I'm coming to the car. Okay. Well, yeah, Mum, if you let me get off the phone, I'll come. Look, he's here now, so I'm gonna go. I'll be at the car in a minute. Yes, okay, bye. Hello.
Hello.
Great show. I've been coming to all your shows since I was about 12. Well, all the ones I could get to, they're so fun, all the weird adverts and great songs. And every time I see you, there's a new Django bit. I bet I'm the only one that's seen all of them.
Oh, I'm so glad you enjoy it.
Can I have your autograph?
Yeah, sure. Who should I make it out to?
Hallo, Herr Hutchings. Ich möchte Sie zu Ihrer Show gratulieren. Sie war wunderbar. Wir haben uns toll amüsiert.
Who should I make it out to? Sorry.
Francis.
Oh, pardon, ich habe Sie dort nicht gesehen. Vergeben Sie mir die Unterbrechung, aber wir haben ein dringendes Arbeitsangebot für Sie. Mein Name ist Frau Hauser, dies ist mein Kollege Herr Müller. Wir sind zusammen 2/3 der Firma Gutaron Productions. Nun, in Deutschland ist Django noch ein sehr beliebter Charakter und wir glauben, dass Ihre Version davon unglaublich beliebt sein würde. Wir haben ein Budget von 5.000 € und 3 Tage Shootingzeit, um Ihren Film zu drehen. Wir veröffentlichen die Produktion dann digital. Im Moment arbeitet schon ein Student schon an einer viralen Marketingkampagne. Also wenn Sie bitte diese Unterlagen unterschreiben könnten, dann würden wir heute Abend noch den letzten Flug nach Berlin-Brandenburg erwischen.
The Exy Festen sounds really great. When are you gonna make it?
Kosten werden von uns gedeckt und sobald Profit erzeugt wird, kriegen Sie einen Prozentsatz.
Ich glaube, diesen Film brauche ich nicht mehr zu machen.
What? Is someone making Django Away?
No, kid. No one's making me go anywhere.
actually on my own. But a young lady was walking to me, you know, she said, don't I know you from school? You know, and I was like, well, okay, that's an implausible story.
Why did the chicken cross the road? What's why? First you need to know if the chicken understood it was a road it was crossing. Because if it didn't, how's it going to know it's on the other side?
But the woman wasn't quite as, you know, she was more kind of... Okay, that's an implausible story. I was walking down the street the other day, but it was a gentleman who was walking towards me. He went to stop me. He went, aren't you that famous comic? I went, what, the Beano? That's the implausible story, sorry.
Knock knock. Daniel Hutchings. Oh, there's no need to be like that. Everyone's got to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.